Hey, it's DMXL here. This is version 0.19.1.54 of Kerbal Space Program. The music in the background is GoldenEye Source. It will be playing throughout this video. Alright, so, I've seen a lot of YouTubers, a lot of my really favorite YouTubers like Jeff Majors, and a few others that I can't remember because it's pretty late at night, have all done sort of Kerbal Space Program videos. Now, for the longest time, I've been very interested in getting the game and messing around with it, and I finally caved in and picked it up yesterday. Or, actually, no, not yesterday, 2 days ago at this point in time. Anyhow, let's jump right in. I figured I would give my shot at doing some of these videos as well. So resume my save. By the way, pardon me if you don't hear me talking for a bit in between sentences. I'm currently recovering from a sickness and I'm coughing a lot right now. Alright, so what I've currently achieved is not this. Let's abort that. So, I'm a little new to the game, but I've achieved 3 things. One, I have put something in orbit. Let me just jump right into this. Alright, so this is my first attempt at getting to the MUN. I basically did this right when I first downloaded the game, and because I had almost gotten to the MUN on the demo for the game, and I figured I could just jump right into it. Not the case. I stranded all of my Kerbal knots in space. They have a little bit of fuel, not really enough to get anywhere, so they are currently in a perpetual orbit around Kerbin. So we have number 2, my number 2 thing I've done. If I can get over to it. And we're just gonna... Oh. Alright, here we go. This is actually the 3rd thing I did, which was put a satellite in orbit of Kerbin. This took me better part of 4 or 5 hours because of I didn't do what I'm going to be doing in this video, which is basically creating an Asparagus system. But I was quite proud of this. It has a lot of solar panels, so it's got like a lot of energy. It's got a docking port there, and it also has 2 docking ports, so I could expand upon it in the future if I ever choose to. I don't think I will. It has antennas, satellites, some measurement tools. It's also got these, what are they called? I don't know what these are called, but it's got some like light engines, so I can use the energy and some xenon containers right here to propel the satellite and move it if I ever wanted to, but that takes forever, so I probably won't. But, you know, it's there just in case I ever want to. And finally, my 3rd achievement was using the MUN attempt, number 4, which was actually landing on the MUN. And here we go, landed on the MUN. Some satellite, or some solar panels. Got some lights, got a ladder that I put on incorrectly. Got some RCS fuel, still got some RCS fuel. I believe I have enough fuel left in this craft to probably get back into orbit. I'm not 100% certain about that, but I did land here, and it's going pretty good. Got perpetual energy, we got enough batteries, so I can keep these lights on all the time, and yeah, everything's pretty good. Alright, so what I want to do in this first video is create an Asparagus system, which, if you are unfamiliar with what the Asparagus system is, it is currently the most efficient way to get into orbit of the planet. Basically, it abuses the fact that the aerodynamics in Kerbal Space Program aren't really up to snuff at the moment. So, in order to create this generic pod, just for demonstration, I'm going to be using the basic command pod Mark 1. Just move it up here a little bit. Anyhow, I guess I could put a parachute on it. There. So, in the game right now, if you go under the Aerodynamics tab, you'll have what are known as aerodynamic nose cones. These are currently pretty much useless. They don't benefit your ship at all. And they basically just add weight and add drag, so they're not good at the moment. And this is something the developers have noted, but it's something they aren't really working on. Or, well, they are, but it's not like a huge priority. So, until then, you can do what is known as the Asparagus system. Let's name my ship right here, Asparagus 1. Did not want to load. So basically what the Asparagus system is it's the most efficient way of getting into space. And I've said that a few times now. But to better demonstrate it, I'm gonna build a really crappy ship right now, which will be the basis for the Asparagus system. And I'll upgrade it to the Asparagus system after I do one flight, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. So what I'm going to do is put these, what are they called? Fuel tanks, well, Jumbo 64 fuel tanks. I'm going to put a whole bunch of these, 7 of them in fact. Alright. I'm going to be putting 7 of these on here, as soon as I can get them to get on. This might take me a moment. Alright, there we go. I'm not going to be putting nose cones on. That should have been obvious from what I just said. Let's move this up a little bit. What the? Oh, whoops. Could be putting these big old rocket boosters here. And let's put some wings. Or, you know, I need to put an SAS module on here. Alright, so we've got wings that aren't very centered. There we go. Finally, structural launch stability. And they'll go on like this. Bing. Just position this correctly. Alright. Should probably set up the staging. Alright, so how this is going to work. This attempt, this is not the correct attempt. But what's going to happen is... I need to... I actually forgot something. Decoupler. Alright, so what's going to happen is all 6 of these, or all 7 of these rockets will fire, and I'm going to just note how far I'm able to get up in the atmosphere before I cut the engines, or before I have to decouple all of them. And then I'm going to show you the Asparagus system, which should be able to beat that. And the ultimate goal, which will be in the next video, is to build sort of this you know, be all end all sort of ship to get into orbit and, you know, put anything in orbit I want. So whether that be, you know, another part of the space station or, you know, what have you. We're going to be turning on SAS, throttling up, and let's go. We have Jebediah Kerman. He looks pretty happy, must say. Nearing the end now. Oh, we got 60,000 meters, and with it's pretty far out, an apoapsis of 814,000 meters. So if I were to, add a maneuver here, try to fix this, that'd be go way out there. Well, that's beside the point. At the very... Oh, we will eventually crash back. I'm going to save Jebediah Kerman for now. Sort of spinning around, and he's really happy about this. Alright, should be deploying any second now. And there we go. Forgot that I pushed to talk enabled. Alright, well, he should be safe from this if I speed up right now. He's still spinning out pretty hardcore there, but and splashdown saved. Yay, Jebediah lives. And ending flight. Okay. So first thing first, I'm going to add some struts because I didn't like the fact that it was wobbling so much. There. Well, that should fix that issue. Well, on the safe side, I'll do it once more. Alright, there we go. Alright, so the Asparagus system is actually very simple in concept, but execution takes some time to do. But the whole goal is it should theoretically push us past that 600,000 or 60,000 meters that this simple setup took us. It should, at the very least. Unless I do something wrong, it should definitely do that. We're looking for... There we go. The external fuel ducts. That's what they're called. Alright. So I'm not going to set this to symmetrical. what I'm going to be doing is saying fuel to go there, to here, and then from this tank to this center tank. So what this is saying is fuel will go from here to here to here to here, center. And I'm going to repeat that process on this side over here. Alright, so the idea is, yeah, that's how the fuel's traveling. The idea is that this fuel tank and this fuel tank, because they're the first in the process, will run out of fuel first. And at that point in time, they're basically just creating extra weight that the ship doesn't need and it's holding it down. So we're going to actually be jettisoning both this one and this one at the same time. Then you have this tank is going to be running out of fuel next, along with this one. And when they're out of fuel, you jettison them, and then the same goes to this one and this one. When they're out of fuel, you jettison them, and then you're just left with the center tank, which will have full fuel at this point. And that should take you a very long time because it doesn't have all this other baggage on it. So the simple way of setting this up is just figuring out which node this is in the whole list over here, and I'm probably going to create 2 of these. Alright, so we found out that it's this one right here. And I want this one right here next. Let's expand this out again. Just the top one, I think. Yep, alright. Now we have number 2, which is, expand this out again. Just the bottom one. And finally, it's the middle one. So how this should work is all 7 engines will kick on. Then whenever we hit the spacebar, we hit the spacebar to jettison. We'll hit the spacebar again, 2 more jettison. And then we hit the spacebar again, and 2 more jettison. And I don't want to decouple at this point in time either, so... yeah, and what that'll leave is this last engine in the very center. And theoretically, this ship should go a lot further then. So we're going to save and launch. Throttling up after it loads in. SAS. Try and hit the exact same mark as what it was last time. And off we are. So you'll see all these other fuel tanks will like slowly go down, but you have the 2 main ones right here that are definitely going to go down. And when they hit empty, I'll just jettison them. There we go. Got Jebediah again. Oh, the ship's spinning for some reason. I don't like the fact that it's spinning, but it shouldn't affect the results of this. It's going pretty fast now. Oh, I think I see what's happening. Alright, I know why it's spinning now. Might have to redo this test. Yep, gonna have to redo this test. Alright. Alright, so what was happening was basically the fact that I need to strap everything together, basically. That's what I need to do. Now in a real ship, actually, you know what I could do? In a real ship I would just do this. Strap them all together like that, and that should fix it. The one big issue with this system right now is that It causes the ship to spin a lot, but it should go a lot further as a result. There we go. It looks pretty sturdy still, so it looks like that fixed it. Now, something I wasn't paying much attention to before is the fact that we were going over 200 meters a second, and the bad thing about that is that, you know, it's less fuel efficient to be doing that. So on a real flight, I'd actually be controlling this right now, but I'm not, because I didn't do it in the first flight. So I'm not gonna make this more fuel efficient and sort of skew the results or anything. There's those last two, so we're left with only these two, and we've started spinning again. That's alright though, it's still pretty controllable. So if you recall, in the first flight we went 60,000 meters. We're currently 1/3 that, but as you go further up and out of the atmosphere, your speed increases exponentially, and you're going to be going, you know, really, really fast. So, and you have to remember, these two fuel tanks are running out of fuel. The center one's not. So when I jettison these two, I've got a full tank of fuel that's basically just lifting a really small ship at that point. So it should go really, really far. I'm predicting probably 80 to 100,000 meters, if not more, when I'm done with this. It's our apoapsis. Getting up there. It's not, so we've surpassed it at this point. It's not as high of an apoapsis, but it's way more fuel efficient. So, it's got that going for it. And finally our last engine right now. And we're still going. 100,000 meters. It's our apoapsis. It's nearing where it was before. Might go outwards to where the Mun is as well. That orbit. Spinning really hard, but that's okay. I mean, it's just like really, really spinning. Wow, it's shooting out so far. Look at that, holy shit. There we go, we've gone out of Kerbin's orbit, and we're still going. We can just keep on going at this point. I mean, if I really, really wanted to. I mean, I think I proved the point at this point, so I'm just going to shut off the engine. And try to fix the spin. Alright. So I'm not going to turn on SAS, because that makes it start spinning again. What I'm going to try to do is see if I can intersect with, like, Minimus or something like that. Just for fun at this point. Because I've proven the point. I mean, we've escaped Kerbin's atmosphere. We're just going to go out and start orbiting the sun at this point. So, trying to get it to. What's our speed? Oh, it's pretty fast. Moving pretty fast. Alright, I don't want to set that as a target, but I guess I could. I'm trying to create... There we go, that's what I want. It's only let me do it pretty close, though. We're looking at Yeah, it's glitching out right now. Oh man, that's the projected curve. We're gonna be a sun periapsis. Not what I want though. Oh man, it's just way out there. Oh man, that would be the projected right there. If I did this burn, I wonder if I could use it to get somewhere actually. Huh? If I did that burn. Figure out where I have to burn to do this. It's only an estimated burn of 9 seconds? 200 days. The node's in 200 days. Oh man. Alright. We're on target, and we're just gonna start spinning again. That's okay. I'm on the fastest warp. This is gonna take forever to do this. Fastest time warp in, and look at how slow that time's counting down at this point. Oh wow. So we're actually already in orbit. I didn't know that. Wait. Huh, alright. That's why it was glitching out before, is because we were already in orbit. That's how far out this took us, and we didn't even finish the burn. It probably would have been a lot further. I wonder if I could adjust it to actually get to Duna. Just the simple rocket just to get to Duna. That'd be pretty cool. Considering I've never been there before, you know. I sort of want to end the video, but I've never been to these places before, and I just want to see if I can actually get to one of them. Moho Eve, Carbonite. I wonder if I could somehow adjust this. Shrink this, but it's taken quite a while. Alright, well, we're gonna get rid of this. Alright, well, what happens if I'm over here at the periapsis? I want to shrink it. Moho is my target. Alright. So, Moho target. No, I don't want to. I'm trying to just set it to my target. Should be setting a quick save, actually. I wasn't even doing that. What happens if I move this around? So what's this right here? Descending node. So what if I add Sun Periapsis? I fucking love this game. This game's awesome. No random, but still it is. It's exactly what it is. Awesome. So this will take me directly into the course of the sun. I don't know what would happen if I did that, and I don't want to really find out. I just sort of want to burn and get to Moho. Or just some planet, I don't know. I'm new to these maneuvers, I don't even know if it's really possible. I don't know if it can actually accurately predict me going to these atmospheres or not. Alright. Again, sorry if I cough in the mic. I don't want to set that as my target. Okay, let's just try to get to Duna. That was my ultimate goal in the hell. But, get rid of that. What was that? Fuck, I'm just gonna move around a little bit and see what, Oh, don't get rid of it. Oh, what was that? What was that? What was that? Okay, what's this? I need to move. Alright. Urban encounter, oh god. So I don't want to go there. That's like the opposite of what I want to do. This would be my closest approach. I'm literally intersecting the orbit of it at this point. So... Alright, well let me just speed this up real fast and see what happens. I mean, it's really taken a while, but I'm just wanting to get closer to the planet, to Duna, and see if I can more easily get to an orbit of it. I don't know if I'll be able to with this much fuel, though. Well, it's taking so long. I'm wanting to see if I can do something with this. Like maybe I can use it to get somewhere. Oh, turn green for a second. What's that? Intersecting. I don't want to intersect with Kerbin. Oh my god. Don't want to do it. Oh, that's a Duna encounter. That is a Duna encounter. Ooh, saving that. That's like a really brief Duna encounter, though. Let's see. I'm just gonna do it just to see what happens. 13-second burn. I should be able to manage it. I'm a little too late for this, aren't I? Not that late. I don't know if I could burn that long. No. Yeah, so I guess I'll just be stranded out here. So I just wasted a whole bunch of time, basically. But, yeah, that's the Asparagus system. It gets you really far into space on just, you know, one stage of rockets. If you had a whole bunch of stages of rockets or a really big Asparagus... Oh. What's that? That was an encounter. That was an encounter. But it probably wouldn't have done much for me anyhow. But, yeah, there's the Asparagus system. I could just jettison like it really matters. You know, imagine having a whole, you know, a bigger Asparagus system or more stages of rockets. I mean... This could have literally probably taken me anywhere in the galaxy, even, you know, ELO, whatever the hell that... You know, I've never been there. I've never even seen what that looks like, but the system is really, really good. So, in my next video, I'm going to be working on trying to create a system that can easily, like, just sort of a basis for me to get parts into space. Just a very basic rocket that can reliably get into orbit of the planet and get back into the planet while... conserving everything in it.